Back to Kenya, and at least 13 people have been confirmed dead, with scores of others missing following a massive landslide at Murkutwa in Chesongoch, Elgeyo Marakwet County. The incident happened at around 2 a.m. and we understand that rescue operation is ongoing at the moment. Let's now cross over there to speak to NTV's Steve Kettel, who's following up on that story. Steve, if you can hear us, are there any casualties, and how many casualties so far? We know that 10 people or 13 people, 13 people have lost their lives, but how many injuries do we have so far?
Yes, Wangeshi, as we speak now, I've just spoken to the Kerio Valley Sub-County Police Commander, Mr. Zablon Okoyo, who said that currently the rescue operation is ongoing. Earlier, they had requested air support from Nairobi, and just a few minutes as I spoke to him, he told me now the team that requested from Nairobi has already reached the area, and there is rescue operations ongoing. And since most of the roads heading to Chesongoch has been cut off because if you are familiar with the landscape of Elgeyo Marakwet County, most of the roads are meandering below the hills. So most of the roads had been closed by the debris following the landslide. So the victims have to be airlifted from Chesongoch to Eldoret by air. And as we left Eldoret just a few hours ago, already there were a team of paramedics and ambulances at the Eldoret International Airport waiting to receive the victims who will land there and take them to the various facilities in Eldoret. Remember, this is not the first time that landslide has been affecting these areas of Elgeyo Marakwet County. Maybe for the benefit of our viewers who are not very familiar with the landscape and terrain of Elgeyo Marakwet County, it is made up of three topographical features. We have the highlands, and we have the hanging valleys, and the lowlands. Now, Chesongoch is in a lowland, and when it rains like this, most of the time, when it rains heavily on the highlands, they tend to be mudslides towards now the rivers now that flow down to the valleys. When they overflow, they cause landslide, and this is what the earlier reports by the police indicate, that the heavy rains that has been witnessed in the area for the past few days is what might have caused the yesternight the landslide. And he told us that there is a team, a multi-agency team from Red Cross, from Kenya Defense Forces, and the Ministry of Interior. He said that the teams are now working around the clock to try and rescue as many people as possible, because it is not yet clear. It is hard to tell how many people were affected, because when the mudslide stretch, the rivers broke the banks from in a very long stretch. So, and it was at night, so it was very hard for them to quantify how many households have been affected so far. But he said now with the air support, it will be easier for them to map out the areas that they see that they were affected, and by the end of the day or tomorrow, they will be able now to give a conclusive number of people who have been affected and households that have been affected.
Keter, before I let you go, would you know whether people who have been displaced, how many they are, and also would you also tell us where they have been relocated, or are there plans to mobilize shelters, camps to take these people?
Yeah, as at now, it is hard for the security team for the rescue team to tell the exact number of people that had been rescued, but those that had been affected rather. But those that have been rescued so far have been taken to areas that have not that were not so affected. But most of them will be now as we came, we saw that the parts of the road, some of the parts of the roads that had been closed by the debris, they are being cleared. And maybe that's just to help to evacuate the people. Maybe they'll move to the safer sites, the highlands areas, maybe of Kapsowar, moving to Iten and maybe Eldoret.
Thank you very much, Steve Kettel. That is our reporter who's on the ground and who keep us updated on what's taking place there.